Welcome to the Actors Corner. I'm thrilled to have Micah Lynn Hanson back as our guest today, but now she's here to talk about her exciting role in the movie Divine Influencer on the Great American PureFlex channel. Micah, welcome back to the call.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Micah, what is this movie, Divine Influencer, all about?
It's a good one. It's a very timely one, I think, for just this upcoming generation. Honestly, it's a very much a kind of riches to rags story about a young influencer who thinks she knows what influence is. She thinks she's got it all together. And through series of unfortunate events, she ends up in a homeless shelter, and she learns what true influence is. The story of, serving others is really where our influence is. And at the end of the day, we are all influencers, whether you have a social media platform or not. But it just really, I think it speaks to a lot of what a lot of us are kind of figuring out in this day and age is, I think a lot of us do tend to find our worth with our following, because that's what we're told is like, that's important. How many people know you? And it's not really about that. It's about who you know, and about that being Christ, and about how you influence others and how you serve Christ and how you influence through your life.
So tell me, what was your role in this movie?
So I got to wear a few hats on this one, so it was really fun. I was on the producing team for this one, and I got to head up the hair department. So I did all of the hair looks, and then I also get to play the not so nice character in this one.
Oh, and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I play the character of Tara, and our lead is Lada Silva. She plays Eden in The Chosen, and she plays our Liv in this story. It's kind of Liv's story of how she finds what true influence is. And my character, Tara, works at the homeless shelter that Liv ends up at. And I don't want to give like too much away, but at the same time, there might be a little love triangle. And my character is not thrilled that this influencer chick is here coming for her job and her man. So, so yeah, I'm not the nicest person in the film, but it's a fun role.
But everybody knows, Micah, you are a sweetheart. You have said so many great roles. It's just amazing. What was the best scene in the movie?
Oh gosh, the best scene. Oh man, my favorite scene as my character is this scene where, every kind of movie, there's that scene where the main character hits a like, oh no, she's never going to come back from this moment, right?
Yeah.
And my character is kind of the one who called her out and kind of like snitched on her. And so that was my favorite scene, because I just got to be so mean. She's so mean in it. But one of my actual favorite scenes to watch in the film, there's this scene where Lada, who plays Liv, she's really struggling with, God, do you see me? And she goes out on this balcony and is like laying down on this picnic table, and she's looking up at the stars, and she's like, you see everyone here. Do you see me? Like, am I included in that? And it just, you see her struggle with it, and she plays it so beautifully. And it's just a really, really beautiful, very, very touching scene.
Tell me, what have you been up to lately?
I've been doing a lot of soul searching, honestly. God had me in kind of a season of just reassessing, not reassessing, I don't know if that's the right word. I guess it kind of is, kind of reassessing my relationship with him in a good way. I was just with a group last night, and the gentleman talking was saying how change is good. Change is normal as a Christian. We should always be changing in our walk with Christ. And that was really reassuring for me, because I think I've always thought like, oh, I'll like make it spiritually one day, and then I'll be like good and even, and and that's not how it is, and I think just excuse me, ma'am, I'm talking. Sorry if you can hear my cat. Hush.
Let me see your cat.
She wants to be a part of it too.
She can be. Bring her right in.
Come here. She won't. She wants to get out the door. That's why anyways, and so I'm just kind of in this season of really seeking and and searching out truth. I don't think I always understood true biblical truth. And so really seeking that out and trying to just slow down a little bit and really take time to just reconnect with God in a way that I haven't in a while. As far as career stuff goes, I mean, I have some films that I shot a couple years ago that should be coming out soon. I don't know when they will though, so there's not a ton of an update to give you there. But my goal and my prayer is that I'll get to be producing more in the future, and just producing content that's really meaningful and really well done and just good storytelling that points to Christ. So that's my hope and my goal.
2024, you see anything coming?
This industry, you just never know. Like, I have no idea what it will hold. It's very, there'll be nothing in the horizon, and then suddenly a big project will pop up and you're off running in a different direction than you ever thought. So I wish I knew. I wish I had it all planned out and like God just told me like, oh, and then here's this and this and this. But that is unfortunately not where I'm at in my life or my career.
So, and if anybody hasn't seen it, if you want to see the cutest Christmas movie ever, you got to see Micah and Tim Llewellyn in A Match Made at Christmas. My all-time favorite Christian Christmas movie. So
it's my
awesome.
favorite too, but obviously very biased. So.
Oh, I mean, just love that movie, and we talked about it last year. And I'll put a link here in the video. Micah, where can the audience find out more about you? Maybe more about the movie, more about whatever you're doing. Yeah,
you can follow me on Instagram. That's where I post the most often, and that's not often, so don't get your hopes up. I'm not on social media a ton right now, but I will post like film updates and all of that on my social media, which is just Micah Lynn Hanson on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. I'm not on it very often, but yeah, Instagram's probably the best place to find me, and I'll give updates there.
Wonderful. And what would you like to leave my audience with today?
Oh goodness. Just keep your hope in the Lord. This world is very distracting. Social media is very distracting. Everything going on in the world is so heavy and hard right now. And it's so easy to get just full and like riddled with anxiety and fear of the future. And I just had a moment with the Lord the other night where I was struggling with anxiety, and I was like, man, what if I could just like hand it to him? What if I could just give it to him? And I didn't have to feel all of this and struggle with all of this. And I was like, I guess I can. I know I can. Like, he's willing to take it. It's if I'm willing to let go of it or not. And it's a struggle. But I just had that moment of like, oh wow, that would just be what peace there would be if I could just hand this to him and leave it with him. And then the very next day I met a new friend, and she just encouraged me with this picture that every morning I try to wake up now and remind myself of this picture. And she just said, what if you could just hold Jesus's hand and just walk with him where he's going, just walk with him. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the big questions answered. What if you could just walk with him? And I was like, what if? Like, that's such a good reminder. And so I'm trying to start my mornings off with a lot of gratitude, because that helps squelch any fear I find, of the future, if I can just be grateful for what I have in the moment. And then my prayer is just, Lord, help me just walk with you today. Help me just walk with you. Don't let me get ahead of you. Let me just hold your hand and walk with you. So yeah, that's my current place in life. And hopefully that's encouraging to somebody out there who might be kind of struggling with the anxiety or depression or things that I've kind of been dealing with. So
if this ministry has blessed your life, would you like, subscribe, and share this with others? We're here to fulfill the Great Commission, so be sure to come back next time for another episode of The Call with Nancy Sabato. You'll be blessed. And do you listen to the call of God? Because God speaks to you every day. Are you listening to the call?
What sound is heard only by